Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, Karen requests the entire wedding to stop the festivities so everyone can sing happy birthday for her son at someone else's wedding. My dad feels the need to always take my phone. Entitled mother accuses me of laughing at her special needs daughter and blows up. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Karen requests the entire wedding to stop the festivities so everyone can sing happy birthday for her son at someone else's wedding. Stay with me folks, as this tale has two cunty Karens. This happened at a friend's wedding I attended this summer. The newlywed couple had no idea that Karen number 1 EM of the birthday boy and their mom, Karen number 2 EM of the groom, were scheming together to make a happy birthday request with the DJ as the lovely couple finishes cutting their cake. Not missing a single beat, the Karens winked at one another across the aisle, and EM number 1 abruptly hand signals the DJ for attention and asks him to stop the music so the entire wedding would look over to her precious boy and sing happy birthday out loud to this grown-ass 38-year-old. The groom and bride had no idea, and the looks on their face was of fume and confusion. The birthday boy had no clue what just happened. I spoke up and said to Karen number 1 how embarrassing that would be if my mom did something like that to me, and that she should not have taken attention away from the newlyweds. She snapped at me and said with a smirly smile, "Well, this isn't for you now, is it?" I rolled my eyes and looked away silently after realizing I'm talking to a wall. I already thought it was weird and absolutely cringe asking guests to sing happy birthday for your child at someone else's wedding, but to know the child was not even like a child but a 38-year-old man make it 100 times worse. I still cringe at the embarrassment that man felt. Being singled out in front of his wife and kids as a group of total strangers sings happy birthday to him at someone else's wedding. Right? I thought it would be an 8-year-old child, not a 38-year-old man. It wasn't about her son either. It was about her being the center of attention during someone else's wedding. Regarding EM2, I'm afraid it was her opportunity to hijack her son's wedding. I hope the couple goes NC with both EMS, EM1 and EM2. Imagine what a nightmare EM2 should be in the couple's married life. These people are so full of themselves. They both grew up entitled with little perspective on reading the room, in other words, lack of common decency. Why would the DJ agree to this? For my wedding, my wife and I hired the DJ ourselves, and the DJ told us that it was his rule that every music request, every change to the reception, any pause, break, or interruption, as well as access to the microphone must go through the bride or groom first. No one would be permitted to hijack the reception without us knowing first, so we can stop it before it happens. Dude, this makes my blood boil. My Sael did this at the celebration of life party after my mom's funeral. This was at my house. She just happened to have a cake in the car and asked me at the event if they could sing HPBD to her. I was so taken aback. That's something they could have asked me beforehand if that was okay. Instead, just hop up at the event with a cake in the car and ask me at the event, putting me on the spot. So shitty. My dad feels the need to always take my phone. I'm writing this in the changing room of a hot spring resort right after my dad confiscated my phone. I'll start here with the what happened. We got to the resort and parked and popped the trunk. I grabbed my bag and pulled out my shorts and put my headphones in, then walked into the building to change into swimming shorts. Mid-change I set down my phone, then realized that my shorts were not in my bag. I proceeded to pack my bag up, then walk back down to the car with a family friend, and then I popped the trunk, and as I'm looking for my swimming shorts, I realized my phone is still in the bathroom. I ask the family friend if he could grab it and he agrees, then runs to get it. I finish up with getting my shorts and head back up to the changing rooms and to get my phone. When I got up there, my phone was nowhere in sight. Then the family friend shoots me a glance as to say, "Your dad has it." I ask my dad if I can have my phone back. He gives me the stare that says I don't have it. Then I flat out say that I know he has it and I would like it back. To summarize the 15-minute conversation we had, he basically said, "Don't let trusted family friends get stuff for you." Then said I could walk home if I got mad and disagreed with him. You've mislabeled your dad. He's not entitled, he's an asshole. Your father is a controlling jerk who thinks you're not allowed to make simple mistakes such as forgetting to pick up your phone but remembering shortly after. He steals your phone to teach you how irresponsible you are. My guess is he does other things to prove you irresponsible and immature. Update: we got him in the car and his girlfriend is driving us to get some food. He's passed out in the passenger seat. He's disgusting to be passed out drunk around families, including his own. Bide your time, keep your head low and then move out when you can. My dad would do this crap to me all the time. If I left my phone somewhere, he would turn in on silent and then put it under a towel, in a drawer, etc. One time I fell asleep on the couch with my phone charging and when I woke up it was gone. Of course he said he didn't have it, looked all over and nothing. Finally I tell him either he took it or my son took it with him to school. He was grounded from his, drove to my son's school, searched his backpack and nada. I'm fuming at this point. I get home and there is my phone just sitting on my bed out in the open. I was pissed to say the least. I am just wondering how old you are. So your dad feels entitled to keep your phone for 15 minutes when you left it abandoned in a public place where it could easily be stolen. Sounds like a very short period of time for a very important lesson. Misplacing your phone as an adult can be so disastrous. It has banking apps, emails, and important personal information. It seems like your dad was just trying to make you worry just a little to try to help you learn something important. Yes, it is important, but he is not entitled. Entitlement would be if he takes it for hours and uses it himself, or makes you do a bunch of chores or something to earn it back. Entitled mother accuses me of laughing at her special needs daughter and blows up. Good afternoon everyone. Today at work, I met my worst entitled mother yet. It isn't as explosive as other posts, but it put me in a serious mood. So I work in customer service within the tourism industry. I naturally get my fair share of entitlement in my face, but I can often side with them in order to calm them down for the time that I am dealing with them, even if I don't agree with them. Usually works like a charm. It most definitely didn't in this scenario. I guess it's time to meet the cast. We have me, it's me. I'm going to guess you know who this is representative of. GB, guy bloke, literally a random guy in the line after M. So I was working in the gift shop, stocking up and working the till. It was a very good shift. I was talking to customers about the World Cup, chatting around and making jokes with customers. I hadn't even been threatened with murder. Yes, that happened, it's a long story. At around 12:30 p.m. British time, this absolute behemoth of a lady walks in. Now I'm not insulting her weight, but she was about 4.10 and easily 300 pounds, she wasn't exactly light. She and her family, I'm not calling them entitled as I had no interaction with them, were walking around the store and browsing our various trinkets to purchase. I couldn't care less at this point, we were in peak time and I had a line of people to deal with. Approximately 15 minutes later, I notice her child, or grandchild or other form of familial relation, laying on the ground. It was really hot today and I was worried she'd passed out, so I turned to my coworker and said, hey, do you know if that child is alright? Do you reckon I should go and check if she's okay? My coworker had no time to respond as the girl's sister came over and they started laughing, so I naturally assumed that they were okay and were playing. I smiled to myself as it's nice to see kids of large age differences, around 12 years difference if I were to guess, and this set him off. Excuse me, can I say something? Me, absolutely. Do you think it's okay to laugh at that girl? Me, pardon? I'm confused. Do you think it's appropriate to laugh at that child? She's special needs and means a lot to me. Me, I can assure you, ma'am, I was most definitely not laughing at her, I was Jew. Yes, you were. Me, I promise you I was not. Don't you lie to me. She put her finger up at me at this point. It's worth noting that I come from a family of rugby players. I'm 6.2 to 4, I'm not sure specifically, and built like a tank. I played linebacker and defensive lineman in an American football team alongside rugby. I'm a pretty big guy, and it's obvious that I'm not a 16-year kid who you do that to. Me, I did not do that, ma'am. Now please pay for your products, the line is getting long. She loses it. Don't you lie to me, you laughed at my child. I'm fed up of people like you not treated us like a sitchity, you're rude. She flips me off as she storms off and talks to her family loudly about me. I put my arms up in the you what tone that Brits who are reading this will be familiar with. Now I know I shouldn't have done this, but there was a lot more back and forth between us that I can't be bothered to write, so I was pretty annoyed. GB, forgive my nosiness, what did you do? Me, I just smiled at her children playing. GB, wow, that's pathetic, are you alright? Me, yeah, I'm alright, don't worry about me, mate, how about you? I then complete my shift. This part may seem fake and I understand if you don't believe it, no drama. As I was clocking out of work and I bumped into the M. She had a walking stick and swiped my legs as I was working past. I just glared at her. I know it's nothing serious, but I am pissed off. Thank gosh I'm moving away soon. Love you guys, toodaloo. Might I suggest next time you run into someone so entrenched in their own alternate reality that you politely inquire how long they have suffered from rectal cranial inversion? This is probably the best idea I've seen in a long time. Oh man. I would have grabbed her stick and throw that bad boy as far as I could launch it. The temptation was there, but unfortunately there were more people in the hallway than the population of California. What's this British hand sign we all know? It's a sort of raising your hands and having a disgusted face. I've only ever seen it in the UK. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.